Hello, you guys. Welcome to Fill My Cup. So my father brought me to Matthew 12:33 through 37. And he says, only good trees bear good fruit. You must determine if a tree is good or rotten. You can recognize good trees by their delicious fruit. But if you find rotten fruit, you can be certain that the tree is rotten. The fruit defines the tree, but you who are known as the Pharisees are rotten to the core. You've been poisoned by the nature of a venomous snake. How can your words be good and trustworthy if you are rotten within? For what has been stored up in your hearts will be heard in an overflow of your words. When virtue is stored within, the hearts of good and upright people will produce good fruit. But when evil is hidden within, those who are evil will produce evil fruit. You can be sure of this. When the day of judgment comes, everyone will be held accountable for every careless word he has spoken. Your very words will be used as evidence against you, and your words will declare either your innocence or your guiltiness. And then he brought me to Matthew chapter 13 and verse 8 through 12. And this was just confirmation of, where he brought me to the Matthew 12:33 to 37. Now, it's about the fruit. This is when Jesus was speaking to the Pharisees about him casting out the demon. And they were saying that basically that Jesus didn't have the power to cast out these demons, that he had to be a demon himself to be even casting out in this sort. And this was his response. Okay. Now, the confirmation verses that he gave me, again, was that Matthew chapter 13, verse 8 through 12. And it reads, but other fell onto good ground. Excuse me. So we're going to be reading chapter 13, verse 7 through 12. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But other fell unto good ground, and brought forth fruit, some in 100-fold, some in 60-fold, some in 30-fold. Who hath ears to hear, let them hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? And he answered them and said, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So right there, Jesus is basically explaining that unless you have the kingdom of heaven within, unless you have ears to hear, unless you are willing to hear what is spoken, you're not going to understand the parables. For whoever so has, to him shall be given. So he says, for whoever so has. So whoever has the kingdom of heaven, to him shall be given. So the mystery of the kingdom of heaven, the understanding, the knowledge, the wisdom of the kingdom of heaven is given to those who has that kingdom within them. If you don't have that kingdom of heaven within you, if you don't truly believe, then you're not going to understand when he gives certain messages. You're not going to understand when he speaks certain words. And he shall have more abundance. So your abundance is going to be that knowledge. That abundance is going to be that divine instruction, because you're going to be able to allow the Holy Spirit to guide you, and that will lead you to abundance. So being able to hear because you believe within of the kingdom of heaven will lead you to that abundance of wisdom, that abundance of life. But whoever so has not had that kingdom of heaven within them, from him shall it be taken away, even that what he has. So it says, but whoever has not that kingdom of heaven within, from him should be taken away, even that he has. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing not, and hearing not, neither will they understand. Oof. Yes, Lord. And then that brings me to, he gave me Luke chapter 11, verse 33 through verse 36. And that's the revelation of light. No one would think of lighting a lamp and then hiding it in the basement where no one would benefit. A lamp belongs on a lampstand where all who enter may see its light. The eyes of your spirit allow revelation light to enter into your being. That the eyes of your spirit allow revelation light, an understanding light, a revelation that there is a light. And you're allowing that light to enter into your being. You know that saying, he that dwells inside of you. They're speaking of Jesus. They're speaking of the Lord. They're speaking of the Holy Spirit, because they are all one. They make up one. They are the light. The eyes of your spirit allow revelation light to enter into your being. When your heart is open, the light floods in. When your heart is hard and closed, the light cannot penetrate and darkness takes its place. You have to soften your heart. You have to soften your heart to the Lord. You have to believe with that childlike belief, regardless of anyone's opinions. Your belief is your belief. And that belief will be the entrance for that light to come in. That will be the entrance door for that light to come in, your belief. Open your heart and consider my words. Watch out that you do not mistake your opinions for revelation light. If your spirit burns with light,